Hello everyone and welcome to another and the last trial of Phoenix Wright. Yeah, this is going to be the last trial and we're going to see who the murderer is and what their motive was. Well, I think we know the motive. But it could be more. We never know. With this game, there's usually more than just what we know. But anyway, let's carry on. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me? Yeah, why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's in Germany all the time, but all by herself. And she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she's felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. But then you look at me, and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in the murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother's coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without all your help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show her weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two to your alone time. Oh, Pearls. Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Oh, is there something that Pearls don't want to say? Oh, maybe the mother. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeat would... the image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing this foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I am Prodigy, who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh, that's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such a good spirits today, Miss Faye. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. The defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this is proof of that. I'd love to see an argument between Trixie and Francisca. This key is the only key to the channeling chamber. Was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before you begin. All right, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder of the time to arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that it wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I expected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia, she seems really torn by this. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey, and I am a spirit medium. In a manner of speaking? I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Ah! I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch of the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit medium severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is... Yes, that is. You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order! 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 Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think something just upped the ante on this trial. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. The pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she'd thrusted me away from herself and escaped the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this until now? I do not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix, right? Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Yeah, I'm going to need to press on her on those some of those statements. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Was it really necessary to have two people to do something so simple as call the police? there's a possibility of an escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another. Another what? Another what, madam? Madame? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. Yeah, question it further. There was another reason you wanted us, both of us, out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both good and... The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fay. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my arm for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue. Alright, what about our third statement? During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by the statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. Wait, what? But why would you lie about something like that? It's very painful for me to say this, however. The witness is lying to cover the defendant. She was covering for Maya? So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes, it was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Ow! This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there's always later. Yes, very well. Oh, why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Alright, fourth statement then. See what she has to say about that one. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit it, but to such a thing, however, yes. But you physically are larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time the defendant was not physically Maya Fey? Ah! Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Jesus Christ. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given the chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However... sixth statement. Let's try that one. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this, but the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve, that's what. It looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the channeling chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving in the channeling chamber? Yes, that is a... Ah! Be quiet, you! Now then, what has the escapee has done? She had gone to speak with a certain person. What? She went to speak with someone? Who was it? The prosecution calls Miss Eenie Miney. Eenie Miney, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eenie Miney? I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, like, Eenie Miney. I'm, like, researching, like, parapsychology stuff at the, university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Mrs. Miney, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? Well, like, I guess? If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine, for my sake. She has a fucking whip. I don't think he has a spine anymore. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Now, hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Didn't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really, now, Your Honor? Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at the time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... Witness? Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Miney, please. My sister, like, this is what she has said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it, Eenie? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so as far as to use a medium to get revenge. It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and the testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. Oh shit. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now is all made up. Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Can she read my mind? Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find out one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Well, a fourth statement did seem a bit weird, so let's press on that. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't it most people react here and with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But like, maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult, but I like know about the Korean channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognizes that it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? No, let's question further. So you really don't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No, like there wasn't any reason for me to like think anything was strange. But, yow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase objection. Could you try using that for once in a while? Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is this really that important? It is very important. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. Well, I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. All right, Mr. Wright. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all, and like her costume looked totally like normal. No. That is not like what? Hold on a sec. How is that normal? Are you not? No, you silly. No. That was very well spun line, Miss Eni. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Singing my lines now, are you, wee Phoenix? You're dead though, so I can steal them. Miss Mining, may I remind you of what you said? You said there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and? But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Yeah, that's right. Especially that shit too. Miss Miami, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted that right off the bat. Order! Miss Miney, what is the meaning of this? Miss Miney? I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? Well, that witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. Like, didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks like a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. Jesus Christ. Oh, jeez. Like, the side room was like kind of dark, you know. So like the costume is like purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I like persuaded my sister, and it wasn't like, do you know what? This person says like a lot. It reminds me of that woman from that whatever podcast. Like what? Like right to do something like that, and then like I took my sister to the chanting chamber, and then I took a burger and then went Burger King and yeah, and smoked bongs and yes, now I see. And have you given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood? You think thanks, Gramps? You think thanks, Gramps? Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? All right, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. That was a good guess. Our third statement did seem off though. Let's go and press on that. And I'll press on that fourth one as well. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time? Well, she was totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think she knew, she said she did something really bad, and she said she wanted to go with me to apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Yeah. Was your sister calm by that time? I guess so. I guess maybe taking her revenge on Dr. Gray made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better, she says with a whip at the ready. And Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Mimey? Sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? When do you mean? When you... well, obviously, at the crime scene. We're going to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. No, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Press harder on that. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include the testimony about this in your testimony. I don't get why, but okay. Well, I didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. You sure? You didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber? Well, if I remember correctly, there was someone there who was fixing the urn. You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible. What do you mean? Damn, did not expect bronies to exist anymore. You lived on the rock? We still exist, we're not just talked about anymore. I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Faye's daughter, Pearl Faye. Interesting, you have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the Cinder Garden. The garden? Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have seen her. So, Miss Miney, do you have to say to that? Oh my gosh, it looked like a ghost. As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at the time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed that a simple child playing? Preposterous. I used to love the Beat It song with those animations, or the one with the two ponies on the beach. I would not know which one. I know the Beat It one. Is that the one with the Michael Jackson song of it? I haven't seen the one with the beach though. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish? That there is no way someone would be walking around the winding pearl and could not see Pearl. The sacred urn. This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot? What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it, that's why. She broke the urn? Yow! Why? Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This urn was broken around the time of the channeling started. Ah! And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? Jesus. Miss Miney? Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar. Oh, we just stabbed her right then. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About what you were really at the were you really at the time of the murder, of course? The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. And I really believe her. Was she really sleeping in the side room? There's no way. Your lies ends here. What do you... And when it says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? It's in that testimony. Early in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true at the time both myself and Miss Hart were not there. The MLB cartoon had a massive potential, but too bad it was wasted on PG-friendly musical. Well, I mean... It's not really made. I mean, that's to be expected, Mario. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that have to do with anything? It's very simple, Miss Miney. How do you know that fact? How? I can say that Miss Faye was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. God, I don't like it when she does that. It looks terrifying. But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you've been put it on the table, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Miney. So now is the time to prove it. Oh then, Mr. Wright, let's see your answer. Where was the winners when... Oh, okay. Obviously, in here. Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order! That's the... Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that. Only the victim and the defendant were in the channeling when the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Where was I hiding? Well, obviously you were hiding. You were hiding behind this folding screen. Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Ah! Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Quit being such a quick pinhead on me, slimeball. Oh, wow, she's changed her tune. Now, Miss Miney. Once so young as you should be saying. Shut it, Gramps. As if you don't know anything how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the phone screen with the help of this. The box. Miss Miney, how would you be able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime? This is very simple. You are hiding inside this box. Ah! That tiny little box? No person can fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Donna disproved you when she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right, I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, do you think you could prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Well, yeah, with evidence. And now I'll present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. And if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing... What on earth? Ugh. I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we ever had that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Miney, you're hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Yes, for you to kill Dr. Gray. Ah! Order! So... Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Miney? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Miney, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you were you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as my fae. To masquerade as my fae? She had planned it from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, No, stop. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled to the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. No, it is possible. I'm sure it's all possible if you were to try. Ow! I don't want to hear if. If we're going to give me if, then give me some proof along with it. Where did Miss Eeny Miny get the costume then? How about the wig? How about the wig? I wasn't talking about that exact point. I meant people, humans. If we want to do something bad enough, then that's enough. We aren't simply proposing that it is possible for one person to commit this crime. It is duty of the lawyer to back up his or her claims. Yeah, it's your duty. If you can't do that, then your proposal falls flat. Yeah, it totally falls flat. Why? Why do I have to hurt? Why do you have to hurt me so much? It's alright, Phoenix. Huh? It isn't possible for one person to commit this crime, but... That's right. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! Neither are, mind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait. Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious. God. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice. Oh shit! Who's the accomplice? Well, obviously it has to be it's going to be Morgan Fay, isn't it, really? This person? If it wasn't someone from the Crane Village, you couldn't have gotten this costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Faith household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fay? Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to Miss Miney? You shot Dr. Gray with your own two hands. Do you deny it? Well, I guess we found out. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in the medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the phone screen was so low onto the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and another lady fought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, We forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood and pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? That this is the real truth behind this murder? Well, there we go. Guilty. You're guilty now. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Who's that laughing at a time like this? Dak! Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? What is it this time? Miss Von Karma? Surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think that someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something that petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's... Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eeny Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. A motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason why you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. Hold on. Well, obviously because of her sister. Ha! Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now even she's calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want me to say I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm like totally going to explain, so like please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I like wanted revenge, then like I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like the guy that thought of the spirit thing was like Dr. Gray. It was like a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. Ow! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive evidence to demonstrate your point. Tisk, so many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. Ugh. What happened? I thought I had her for sure. So like, it's just as I like told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well, I now conclude your cross-examination of Miss Eeny Miney. Fuck. Oh? What's happened? Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. Alright. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculous, messed up plan for a murder. But you know, regardless of that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it's for also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I really do this? I'm totally not confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Haha, too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended. After all... Hey! Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Ah! Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue cross-examination after reconvene. Hey, wow, shit, there's a part 2. Isn't that wonderful? Wait, did someone say something in the chat because I can't see it? Oh, hello, Jorah. Sorry, I can't see you on OBS chat. I have to see you through my preview. Phoenix Wright was better off losing his license after Apollo Justice. He didn't deserve to keep up with this shit. Rocky or Timber, could you approve Jorah's message, please? I don't think it went through fully. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Innie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would you, my aunt... Everything is just going to be just as predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right? Oh, wow. Seeing your front-faced view is kind of worrying. Miss Von Karma, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take up revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something to be worried about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Oh, let's try again. Court now reconvene, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Can you prove Miss Eenie Miney had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is a car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. I have to wonder what Von Karma was thinking giving his daughter a whip in the first place. I have no idea, Jorah. I have no idea. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, like, you wanted to, like, ask about my, like, motive. I, like, don't see the point in, like, bringing up the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay, like, I totally don't think I could do any good, but... That was, like, last year in May. Like, something really bad had happened at, like, my sister's clinic around then. And, like, the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. I was, like, totally pooped too, so I, like, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, like, woke up because of a jolt. And, like, it was a sea of flames around me. I, like, opened the door and, like, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all a talk on the tabloids show day after day last year. Yes, and there was a talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Yeah! Those were merely rumours. Totally baseless gossip. Yes. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove. That Dr. Gray did, in fact, drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I have to work this from another angle. She was like totally she was like totally tired. You mean exhausted? Like she had to talk to the police and like was being investigated like every day. It was like a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder then that the car accident happened, huh? Press harder on that. So then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I mean, switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. But like, I don't like have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. Hold on a second. Oh. You do have your license. Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took of the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until that after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hoddy, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What? Are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. Ow! No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November. What? The November? The accident happened like last May. That's a half a year lapse in time, Mr. There. The accident happened last May. That's a half year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Miney did not have the driver's license. Ow! Cry and my wit will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness had her sister could have switched drivers. I'm like, glad you get it, but like, even if I had my license, I like don't think my sis would let me drive. Ow! Don't just stand there, in yourself, to yourself. Well, you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow. Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because... I think the situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Miney, if you please. Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. around that time, I was like really close to getting my license. My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She like had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She like would say things like, "No way, I am letting a noob drive my car." So like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. I see. A bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... I love this. I love the judge. He's... It was a new car? Yeah. She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. Hey! From, the UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials? God. And it was really a special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love for cars would have been obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor? Yes? Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about being a special import car? Yes. Well, if you like cars that much, then that's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Marnie, would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. My sister's new car was like a totally special model from England. Oh, hold on a sec. Let's look at news clipping 2 quickly. Late last night, 2 women's car crashed in a highly centered divide. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and just died at the site. Ongoing investigations revealed that the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. I was like totally tired and I dropped off to sleep, then it was in a crash, and like I woke up, you see flames. I was like still asleep, but I opened the right door and you said you were in a passenger seat, correct? For anyone that doesn't know the UK, the driver's seat is on the right side, the passenger seat is on the left. So she's obviously bullshitting. She can't get out because apparently the driver couldn't get out, but got out the right door. Miss Miney, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it, but I opened the right door and like got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger's seat, on the left or the right? The left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The 2 of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be on the left side. Ah! What do you mean by this? Miss Miney, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. Ah! Order! Order in the court! Order! Order! Mr. Phoenix Wright is a blabbering nonsense again. Innie said that whoever was driving was her older sister, Meanie Miney. That is what Innie said. Yes, that is what her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us had made a big error in the assumption. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Innie or Mimi, who was really driving that night? Obviously, it's your boy. Wait, hold on. Right, I'd like to ask the court a question. Yeah. The answer is the one person who had the driver's license, Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Innie Miney, was the one in the driver's seat, which leads us to the next question. The next question? Who is the person standing in the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name, the witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is... Oh, shit! If we make one fuck up, we lost pretty much half a bar. But really, we know who it is anyway. It's the person who thought died. Mimi Miney, that is your real name. Of all the foolishest dribble, then how do you explain her appearance? This witness, well, there's something called surgery. This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. No! But Mimi Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then the body they found at this crash site, that was the body of the real Innie Miney. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Miney? That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died in that night was Innie Miney. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Innie. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Miney from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can see now. I'm sure now you can. You can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What's the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back to the spirit of the dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in a crash, Mimi Miney. However, that would not been possible because Mimi Miney was still, in fact, alive. Oh, shit! And the fact that would have been discovered that this channeling would have been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had misfortune of consulting this witness before communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. What? Well, Miss Von Karma. Eek! What'd you say? Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right. I admit it. My real name is Mimi Miney. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close.
But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister?
I think I understand why. Mimi Miney wanted our old self to disappear because of this. Oh, the news, the first news clipping. Patients died and all that.
That's about the malpractice incident.
Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Miney had a car accident in which she had lost her youngest sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident and our own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister. And even her own face. This was her last chance. A last chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister.
Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination.
That jerk. If only he had thought that channeling mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo? Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all.
I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear.
The innocence of defendant the innocence of the defendant Maya Fay. This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Francisca von Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss Von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Ow! Ow! Ah! Ow! 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 Jesus Christ! And one more for good measure. Jesus Christ! Phoenix, hang in there! Phoenix! Phoenix! This court is a fraud, a sham.
Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So we'll go. Can we put her in jail? She just whipped me to death. So we'll go ahead and pronounce the verdict.
With confetti in the corner. It's still gone.
That is all. This court's adjourned.
Congratulations, Maya. Sis!
Oh, right on the boobs.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It's all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There is still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi had shot Dr. Gray? Hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we're broken because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to a chamber herself. And then you and Lauder would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey would have just committed a murder. Who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out for another jam. Well, you know, but I really didn't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... I mean... So... Oh, silly me. I'm a dumbass, aren't I? Because of this little one. But Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into a Korean village. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and what would happen then? The branch family, my aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearls. Ah! Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearls would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying I thought so. Oh. So much jealousy in this family. Date and time unknown. Detention center. Solitary confinement. Cell 13. My precious Pearl. You are the only one suitable and be the master of Crane, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. That Maya Fey. Oh God! Did you not show it with that face? But I shall be patient, my dear Pearl. The chance will present itself. Your time will come. Wow. Like, wow. And we got episode 3, Turnabout Big Top, my least favorite episode, really. But, as always, we'll leave it off there. I know it's a bit short, but I'd want to leave this one off for tomorrow. So we can do, like, investigation and trial. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, anyway. Find out who the murderer is, and it turns out it was Mimi. It wasn't Eenie, because she died. See what I mean when it comes to these courts? It twists shit. You think, oh shit, it's Eenie. It's gotta be Eenie. Oh no. Turned out it was someone else. Wait, it wouldn't. Well, her sister. It's cool when things twist. Like you think it, you know it's that one. It has to be that one. No, it's that one instead. It always does it. It's really good. First trial, it shows you who the murderer is. For some reason. I don't think they do it now, actually. No, I don't think they do it now. But in the first game, they did it with case 1 and 2. Like, it shows you who the killer is. It's like, wow, there's no fucking point. But after that, you have to find out who the real one is this time. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you all tomorrow as we do Turnabout Big Top for the investigation and a trial. And then next week will be the investigation and trial again. Again, not my favorite case, but hey, My knowledge of crime shows ruined it for me. You stop ruining everything. Right, see you all tomorrow. Bye bye for now.